Hi folks, Ben here from Lancasters. Now we get asked quite often how we produce the results that we do and what makes us different from other agencies. Now that's a big subject, I could talk a long time about that, but I think a really fundamental part of that is our core structure and how our company structure works. And we're quite different from any other agency I know, and I'll just talk you through that as quick as I can. Okay, so I'll talk you through a traditional agency model that you'll all be familiar with, that as far as I know every other agency operates under. Okay, so it's a bit of a sort of pyramid type structure. So you've got the sort of big boss man or lady at the top, usually sort of directors sitting at the top of the tree, and then below them you usually have a sort of senior level team, a sort of senior management team. Senior management team sitting below them, all very sort of familiar stuff from a lot of companies. Then below them, you'll have a tier of a sort of I don't know, branch managers is a common term in our industry. Branch managers sitting below them. And then actually down on the shop floor in the branch, you've got a sort of senior staff team. Senior staff. So in agency, that is quite often valuers, people that go out and value properties. And then below them, you've got a junior staff team. Lots of them. They're your pawns on your chessboard, if you like. They're your junior staff in there. In our industry, they often get called negotiators. Okay, or negotiators. Now, from a company's perspective, that is completely logical. Okay, you've got the most experienced people up here who know what they're doing. They look after these, and it kind of trickles downhill that this guys or girl up here checks what these guys are doing, who check on what these guys are doing, guys and girls are doing, and check on what these guys and girls are doing. It trickles on down through the pyramid, with the most least experienced people here being checked up upon via tiers of management, KPIs, checklists, all those kind of things by the people at the top, in the big chair at the top. Now, that makes perfect sense from the company's point of view, okay? But anybody who's ever worked with us before knows that we don't really look at life through the company's viewpoint. We look at it from the customers. So put yourself in the position of customer down here. So customer going to look at a house. The first tier, the first layer of people they meet and they interact with are all the most junior staff. Okay, so there is all these layers, all these barriers between the customer and the person with the most experience. So you can have a company with 200 years of selling experience in your area, but if you can't get to that experience, what's the point? It doesn't really have any benefit to the customer. The most valuable thing to the customer is the person that they are interacting with. And if all you do is put your least experienced staff in front of a customer, to me that kind of shows you don't really value that customer. That's our way of thinking on it anyway, that, you know, why would you create all these barriers to stop the experience directly interacting with the customer? So how are we different? How are we structured, and how do we do what we do? So we are quite different in our company structure. What we have is a sort of central hub where all of our sort of core non-client facing team works. So that's property management for lettings and admin staff in sales. They sort of work core in the sort of back office of our company, and we take our most experienced people and put them out on the shop floor. So I'm a director and owner of the company since 2011, and if you book in to go and view a house with us, chances are I'll turn up, or another member of the senior team. You'll be meeting Chris, who's an associate partner here. You'll be meeting Stella, with 26 years experience in the business. These are all experienced people that are linked in our back office back to our hub, so we're all connected. So we're sort of more of a cellular shape than we are a pyramid. And the reason we do that is because then when customers meet us, they are dealing directly with the most experienced people in the company. There is no point in having all that experience and locking it away from the people that it serves the best. Okay, so this is how we operate. This is how we're really quite different from any other company structure that I've ever worked in, or know of in any competitor. And we work on that level where we put the most experienced staff directly connecting with the customers day in, day out. That's not just you can get hold of them by escalating it to a manager or a manager. This is you book in to go and see a house, we turn up with the keys and show you around. I've never understood why any agency would want to consider a negotiator role as a junior role. Surely that's the main purpose of why you're employing an agent, is to negotiate for you, and you want the most experience to be able to do that. You don't want somebody who only started last week. Okay. Now we still nurture and support young people coming into the business. We do that in a slightly different way though. So they start off their life in the hub, where they can understand and get a feel for how the company works and how we all interact together and how you best serve the customers, and then they graduate along these lines here and they buddy up with an existing experienced person. So they learn how the company works, then they learn in the role as a sort of shadowing and buddying up, and then eventually when they've built up enough experience, then they will branch off to looking after customers on their own, but only after a long time of nurturing through this main sort of core structure. So they are an experienced agent by the time that they do that. So that's how we're different. Other agencies might have different viewpoints on it, but that's why I think we're better, and that's why we do what we do. All right, take care.